Hey, 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 beautiful souls. And I actually made it on at 12:21. I was like, no, I still have time. There's how many of you are finding that like time keeps on slipping? It is the 8th of July, 2025. I'm grateful to be alive. How about you? Let me get some Palo Santo going. Oh my gosh. It's like, so did you check out the musical Prelude? Chain of Fools. Soul Sister Aretha singing it. So if you haven't listened yet, have a listen, have a dance, shake it out. Because as we move through this current, we're coming up towards the Capricorn full moon on the 10th. We'll talk more about that probably on the morning of the 10th, which is Thursday, 2 days from now. It's a big one. It is a big one. And Capricorn, the archetype of Capricorn is the devil energy. Lead us not into temptation. May we have the courage to break free. And as we break free, we set the other fools in the chain free as well. And I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Remember yesterday I said things were shifting around here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to show up here every single day and honor the call of my soul and, be a drop in the eternal stream of consciousness, perhaps. Anyways, at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, encouraging and prodding us on to live our best life via the pathway of our very own calm central nervous system. Whew, the softening. What a space to be within. So, how are we all doing? I really, I'm just here because that is my commitment to this space and to all of us evolving in our unique and personal way. And hopefully, you feel supported in this space and feel the energetic connection of the heart. I need my singing bowl. Where is that singing bowl? Right there, right in front of me. So we're going to do this for a minute. I was really strongly guided to stand today. So as we move towards, it really feels as we've been doing the work, right? We've been doing the work. We've been working with, whatever's been coming up for us. We've been working through things that have been coming up for us, clearing ourselves as the vessel of light, as the one of the fools within the chain, if you will. And yet let's really think about this. We're all like, it's fun to be silly and to acknowledge that we are sacred and that we can be foolish at the same time is a great gift, right? Because I refer to myself and have plenty of times as, the sacred fool. And I've had people say, oh, don't call yourself a fool. Well, if you know me, I'm not a fool. so it's to help us see, a little more lightness of being. Anyways, here we go. So just sit back, relax, stand up, relax. Oh, that's what I wanted to get to is with Capricorn being an earth sign and, the archetype of the devil, it's like standing firm in our inner knowing of, we've conquered all of most of our demons, right? We've overcome so much. We are not going to at this time, play in the energy of tomfoolery, trickery. It's not about tricking and fooling people. It's about showing up each and every day more authentically as yourself. And perhaps we have been tricked and fooled along the way. So, if we feel uncomfortable or perhaps embarrassed about that, move within the embrace of grace. We all make mistakes, and it's about ownership and responsibility, and still being, an open heart in a world so in such desperate need of more open hearts. So here we go. May this singing bowl support us to, and I love that it's pink and green because pink and green is the heart chakra, pink and gold, because gold is our solar plexus, our inner fire. It's the representative, in my experience, of the lion heart. Great courage to move forward into the unknown. Just give me a second. Oh, the words I just heard there with that last little tap was, oh, I'm not sure if you were able to hear it, but I went, "Aw." And the words were, honor the call home. And that was feeling right down here in the sacral chakra area, almost the area of the belly button. So this is, and as I say that, what I'm really feeling is to bring the message and the reminder that we are always tethered to source, and we are here to untether or release, to free our soul in our current Herman in our current Herman experience, in our current human experience, HUEMAN. And we're in the year of the hermit. Anyways, I'm getting silly now, but this area is also like the inner child plays down around there. And it's to be how shall we say, let's see, let's put this down. To be an adult human, HUEMAN, is to acknowledge that we were once a child. And there are so many adult humans, and like, again, back to the workspace environment. I work in an environment where there's a lot of grown humans, and I work in a space that's predominantly male. Grown human children, like man-childs. And it's like, that's okay. That's super cool. It's super cool. And yet, it's like, at some point, it's important that we grow up and show up authentically. Like, we need men in the world to show up in strong masculine ways. And strong masculine ways aren't toxic masculinity. And, let's just touch on that for a moment. Toxic masculinity. What is that exactly? Well, it's a catchphrase that we've heard a growing energy around for like let's say a handful of years now, maybe a decade. This idea of toxic masculinity, and I think like we can all cite examples. We all have examples of toxic masculinity in our life. And if you're a man, maybe you can recognize at some point you may have been toxic. What is toxic masculinity again from the current standpoint as I see it? And this is just something that just came up. I didn't know we were going to be talking about this at all. So in my feelings and from my observations in the world, toxic masculinity is the energy of these grown men who simply want to go to work and then go home and play video games. Like, and perhaps live at home with their parents, like, and even those guys that aren't going home and playing video games, there are others that, just live at home with the parents and play video games or watch porn, and this again, like there's nothing like that's toxic, and it really creates more of a separation between the masculine and feminine because perhaps needs are being met, or at least a physical or a stimuli is being reached via the connection of like video games and pornography and this kind of stuff. That's really not good for individuals or for connection between counterparts. It's just, so that was, I don't even know how we got onto that. I guess with the singing bowl, the message that was coming through is the honoring the call home. And the call home, it felt in that moment like it was around the umbilical cord area, 1221, and in the solar plexus. And so as we make strides, as we move forward on the path unknown, we don't know what's to come. We can rest assured and be at ease and at peace, knowing that we are eternally connected and tethered to source in the here and now. Which brings us to the energy of this week as the moon continues to wax to fullness. And this one's a super full moon. And it's, again, Capricorn. It's called the buck moon is one of the names for it. This, that energy, buck, stag energy, that's masculine. That's, this is the alpha. This is the divine masculine. And, the antlers on the bucks or the stags takes, they first start coming in, and then it takes years for these things to grow into their majesty. I'm just being guided to go, and just give me 1 second. 2, 3, 4, 5. This beauty. I may have shown it the other night, but I felt really called to show it again. And I just, by happy circumstance, it was almost as if it was miraculous. I stumbled upon this beauty that my beautiful, talented sister of the heart created and gifted to me years ago. I'm not sure she was entirely happy with her creation. Anyways, back to the antlers. And as we wax towards the energy of this full moon in the sign of Capricorn, the archetype of the devil, this is saying to all of us, and again, as was shared yesterday, the feminine is really tired. I'm hearing the cycle of perpetually pooped, and we don't want to be pooped. So ladies, continue to show up for yourself as you're being called to do self-care, rest, and actually, gents, you too. Show up for yourself in the ways you're being called. Honor the call 144155. Change is uncomfortable, right? And we're in like a big period of uncomfortable. So how do we keep ourselves comfortable? We work with the tools that we've got at our disposal. And standing up is a super easy one for all of us, especially if we're feeling shaky. I've recently heard a lot of people complaining about vertigo. And of course, everybody reaches out to someone else to find out how can I get rid of my vertigo? Take your shoes off, take your socks off, plant those sweet little feet on the earth, and just stand up and feel yourself as a channel, as a conduit of your spiritual essence. And we have, if you've been doing your work, and I trust that you all have, or perhaps, some, if you're just new here, welcome, and, good on you. Can't wait to see how you grow. If you've been doing your work, you're feeling it. I feel like a naturally new woman. It's, hey, Miss Mo, how's it going, sis? Um, yeah, so keep going. We're growing, and like the buck or the stag, when he's growing his antlers, it doesn't happen overnight. It's years, right? Each of these points is a year, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a hunter. I wish I knew one. um, actually, I know lots of hunters in the East Coast, but these, if I'm correct, these are a year's growth. And then each year they shed, and then the new growth begins again. And so I feel like we've seen these great big racks of antlers that people have had, right, off of moose and other things. We don't get to, like, especially in the wild, and we can just call life now the wild, right? We're all in the thick of it. We're in the wild. We're the wild things, though, and we're here to continue to nurture our very own soul's growth and our own fulfillment in this life, free of the restrictions of what might have come, what was, what might come, and instead be present in the here and now. And so as we get closer to the cap and like to this full moon, as it's waxing for the next couple of days, you may be feeling an increased agitation. You may be feeling an increased energy to just, say, screw it. I'm just going to go for it. Like, I'm just going to go and do what I've always done, what's familiar. Don't. You have done so much work, and you are being encouraged and celebrated and congratulated for all the inner work that you have done, all the breakthroughs, the break frees that you continue to make. Go easy, be easy. It's not easy peasy to be a divine human, and yet it can be breezy, and it can be an experience of more ease via the path of simplicity, via the path of connection to the earth mother, because we all came here, and so many, it's unfortunate. And the question was asked yesterday, and perhaps it's, relevant to ask every day. As humans, HUEMANS, how did we get here to a state? And Canada, I'm talking to you. North America, I'm talking to you. These places in the world where we viewed ourselves as, the upper echelon of humans, and there was an idea that North America was the land of, the great white north, the land of freedom and prosperity. How's it working out for us, North America? Because you know what? If we get honest, and perhaps we can just have some fun with it, it's like we're frogs in slowly boiling water. And it's like nobody wants to talk about it. So then we just put our elbows up and we stick our heads in the sand like an ostrich. And I guess we get on with it, right? Take it. Take it, take it. I don't want to take it. And I'm not going to fake it. And I'm not here to, I'm not here to keep taking it. I'm here to break free. And so are you. And if you're resonating with that at any point when you're connecting with the message, hit the thumbs up. Come on. I am not going to beg or anything for any engagement. It's time that we start showing up. And it's time that we start showing up and leave our mark in the world. And our mark is our heart print, not our thumbprint, not our retina scan, although the eyes are the window of the soul. And what do you see when you look in the mirror? Let's touch on something else. As we move towards this Capricorn full moon, you may be feeling yourself overcome with waves of grief. And we've been feeling this for quite some time. And it's life, right? It's life. And this is good. It is good for us to allow the release. And yes, I did have a wee cry, not a big cry yesterday after the live, had a little release, then did some dancing, and then went to the JOB. It was all good. And so whatever's coming up for you, it was 2112 there, whatever's coming up for you, know that this super full moon is working for you to shed a layer, to shed something so that the new growth so you can spot the new growth. Because sometimes we don't see the growth. I'm fortunate, I can look around at my plants, and I actually have the philodendron, I believe it is, over here. I haven't seen growth on that baby. Honestly, it feels like years. And I've just noticed there are a couple points of new leaves pushing out. And this one, so what I know has been going on with this plant, and I suspect it's going to go crazy soon, is that it's been working on the roots, establishing the roots, clearing. Oh yeah, you can see it right here, this one. It's this one that I haven't seen any growth, but look at the size of the pot I put it in, right? So a lot of plants like to get root bound, or at least, I don't imagine this one's root bound yet, at least really establish the roots. And this speaks to us as well, right? We're here to clear through our roots because in actuality, it's below the heart space, down there in those lower chakras where the wounds took place for the most part. We wounded ourselves as we grew up and took charge of our lives. We've all done it. And yet, again, the divine masculine, the alpha masculine, like the divine feminine, take responsibility for each and every segment and step along the way to restore divine unity, to restore righteousness and sacredness within union. It's been so skewed. And, as if we can continue to keep our hearts open, if we can continue to I think it's really happy. It's really happy. And, the reality is we're always in the process. As we're learning to live or trying to live, we're also in the process of dying. And so, again, it's like, let's get on with living because we're here for a good time, not a long time. Yes, you're all super duper troopers, galactic, whatever you want to call yourself and however you want to identify yourself. At the end of the day, you're human, HUE, just like me, just like Mo, just like everybody, here to grow, here to experience the joy and the expansiveness of the soul, co-creating with the divine. Not everyone's going to like your shine. Who cares? Our joy is not dependent on opinions of others, and nor do we need permission from others or consent to go forth and live our life on our terms as connected to source, as eternally tethered to source. And it really feels like there is a call to more and more simplicity. And if you have been listening and listening within, thank you. Thank you so much. because that's all we can do. And so as we approach this full moon, let us have the courage to shed what? Shed what has been long dead and reignite the eternal essence of this life. You are the vessel. We're all the vessel. We're all the boats here a rocking. We're all the boats here a rocking. And if love comes a knocking, don't go running in the other direction. Turn around and float. It's not a joke. Love is what we're here for. And with that, I just want to say, I see you, I feel you, I love you, I adore you. Thank you so much for showing up today. Please do go have a listen to the song that's the very first comment here in the live stream. Please do have a listen, have a dance, shake it out, shake it off. And I look forward to connecting with you here again tomorrow. On Whimsy Wednesday. Let's see what tomorrow brings. I actually have an idea and it's quite exciting. And until then, I hope you have a great day and I hope you lighten up on yourself, show up for yourself and listen to the call home of the soul within. I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mo, have a fantastic day, sis. Until next time, everyone, take good care. Oh, heck. And if you've made it to this far and you resonate, please do hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. And if you're interested in knowing more about me or booking a session with me, please do have a look at my website. All the information is in the description box below.